I thought I saw something chasing that plopper. Sure enough, mean old Mr. Pike came up and said hello. Gotcha that time. Oh, that's a nice pike. Come here, bud. All right, we'll take a quick look at you. Got that plopper out of him. Yeah, I missed him the first time. Threw that plopper right back over there and he crushed it. Didn't quite see what that was, but I'm thinking it was a pike. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice pike. I'll lift my anchor up so he doesn't get caught up in there. Oh no! Oh! Crap. Dude, that was the big pike. That was the one I was looking for. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of bummed about losing that big pike right over here earlier. I gave it about a half hour down here at this end of the bay where I found him, hoping I could get that plopper in front of him and get him to come up and slam it again, but no such luck. And unfortunately, that's about all the time I have for today's trip. I gotta start paddling back over to my truck. So I guess we'll just have to come back for that big pike again some other day. All right, back here in this bay, I found a whole bunch of fish about a week ago. Was that a fish? Oh, no, that's a log. Oh, there is a bass there, a bass on a bed. Well, there's one. We'll leave him alone. I'm more looking for pike today. All right, I've got that Spitfire tied on. We'll chuck him out there and see what we can catch. Little bass chasing it up there. There's probably a bunch of beds right along the edge of these cattails over here. Right over there, I think that's about where I hooked into that big pike and lost him the other day when I was out here. Sorry, Mr. Bass, I'll move away from your bed. There's a whole bunch of bass on beds back here. Hey there, Mr. Bass. There's a whole bunch of bass back here up shallow. The spawn is on for the bass. There's a bed right down there. Well, no pike action yet. Kind of surprised. I figured I'd get on them right away, being it's mid-afternoon. Should be nice and warm back here. I don't know, maybe it warmed up too much for the pike. Or maybe they're all just down there at the other end. Haven't made my way down there yet, but we'll go find out. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Wow. Well, that'll wake you up in a hurry. I saw that fish come up and look. I wasn't quite sure if he was going to go for it, and oh, look at all that junk. Sure enough, he did. Oh, that is a nice pike. Come back here, you. All right, I need my net. All right, we found one. Jeez, look at this fish. I think this might be that big one that I lost back here the other day. All right, you guys, first fish of the day on that headbanger Spitfire. I am still just shaking. That is such a rush. When you see a nice big pike like that come up and smack your lure right next to you, that was awesome. Sweet. I think that fish may very well have been the big one that I lost back here the other day. Yes, we came back and got him. Well, I've given it about a half hour since I caught that big pike back here, and I haven't had any more action yet. I don't know, maybe that one was the only one back here today. It's not real deep back here in this bay. It's about 80 degrees out here today. That sun has been shining most of the day, so I don't know, maybe those pike are just out a little bit deeper. We did find one though. It's the one that I really wanted to find. The one I think I hooked and had shake my lure the last time I was out here. So I think I'm gonna paddle around a little bit. I don't know, I might stop back in here later this evening, check it out once that sun gets a little bit lower in the sky. But we'll go explore a little bit. There's a couple other bays like this. If we could find one a little bit deeper than this one, I mean, this one's maybe only 3-4 feet deep. If we could find one that was 5 or 6 feet deep, we'd probably be a lot more likely to find some pike. Not much action out here on the main part of the lake. I'm sure if the bass weren't spawning right now, we'd probably have several of them in on that Spitfire lure. But there is another hidden bay back here. I'm gonna go back there and check it out. The entrance to it is kind of hidden up here as well. I'm not really sure where it is, but we're gonna see if we can find it. Yeah. it. I found the super secret hidden bay back here. You guys. Ooh, this looks promising. I don't know if the pike can get in and out of here or not, or if it's really separated from the main lake. But we'll find out. Looks like they should be back here. Well, it looks fishy back here, but I'm not really seeing any activity. Like, I haven't seen any splashes or anything yet. This little bay is barely connected to the main lake. I had to get out of my kayak to pull through the little trickle leading into here. So I'm sure the fish could get through there if they really wanted to, but not nearly as easily as that other bay that I was fishing. But I'll give it a half hour back here, see if we find anything. If it was connected to the lake a little bit better, it looks awesome back here. I mean, it's kind of like that other bay that we were fishing, but looks like it's a little bit deeper maybe. Looks real pikey and bassy back here. Oh, that was a bite. Looked like a bass came up and slapped at it right there. Probably a bed right between those stumps, I bet. Got him. Yeah, it's a decent bass at least. Well, we found something back here. Wasn't sure if we would or not. Oh, I do not like how he has those hooks. I'm just gonna pick you up like this. Just got it by the one hook there. Right in the chinny chin chin. Yeah, there's a decent largemouth hanging out right between those two stumps. I'd imagine he's got a bed over there. We'll send him back in that direction. Yeah, they will come up off the bed to hit topwater sometimes. Yeah, I'm just glad we caught something back here. It's a sign of life. I just gotta get my lure untangled and what the heck is going on here? Crikey, it's a big old dinosaur snapping turtle. The snapping turtle. It's hanging out here. You alive? Oh, yeah, alright, I'll leave you alone. Uh-oh, he's coming to get me. Let's get out of here. Oh no, I'm caught on a log. Whew, I think we're safe. Uh-oh, I got caught on a stick. Got caught on another stick. Too many sticks back here. Well, not a whole lot of action back here in this bay. I did catch the one bass. I had a couple others swipe at my lure. But no pike activity. Speaking of bass, there's another one. I think that's about all that we have back here in this bay. All right, don't you do nothing crazy now. Hey, just want to take a quick look at you. Let you pee all over my paddle real quick. And we'll send you off. Yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of them back here. Largemouth, guarding their beds. But I fished my way around back here for about 45 minutes. Haven't found any pike. So I think I'm gonna paddle out of here, head back to that other bay where we started out. We'll go try that one again. It's been a couple hours. Really had some clouds move in since then, so you never know. There could be a whole bunch of hungry pike in that spot by now. We better head over there and find out. Just working my way back over to that first bay where we started out today. But I figured I'd give it a few casts over here along the way. There is an old roadbed up there. Right off the point leads over to that other point. So we might give it a few casts along the edge of that. You never know, there might be a pike roaming around over there, or maybe a big old bass willing to come up and hit topwater. Is that what that one was? I think that's a bass. Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, come on. And of course, you got that other lure, or that other hook right in there too. You know what? I'm gonna get that one out of the way first. Do a little hand switch here. Hopefully that fish doesn't start thrashing like that. There we go. Oh, there's a pretty good sized largemouth. Hanging out right up off the corner of that roadbed up there, just like I was saying. Well, the largemouth definitely seemed to like that Spitfire lure too. I'll have to try that one this summer on the lake where I catch some real big largemouth. Not a whole lot of pike action out here today, but personally for me it's been a success because I caught the big one that got away last time, so I was pretty happy with just that fish alone. But we've caught a few largemouth too. I'm kind of surprised. I wasn't really expecting them to come up and hit topwater, since it seems like they're in full-on spawn mode now. Oh, I thought something hit that there. What is going on here? I just caught some weeds or something that pulled my lure underwater. I don't know, maybe my line is wrapped around a hook or something. What's going on here? Oh, those two caught each other. Oh, I suppose that'll mess up its action. Ooh, we're gonna get bit right there. There's something chasing bait around, I think. Right about there. Okay, I was just kidding. This is the side we're gonna get bit on. All right, we made it back over here. I'm hoping I can finish the day off with a couple of pike back here in this bay, since that's what I said I was targeting out here today. It's really turned into more of a bass fishing trip though, I guess. But hey, no complaints out of me. We're catching something. Well, those pike kind of have me stumped today. I'm surprised that I caught that bigger one back here and that was the only one. Because my guess is, as warm as it got today, most of the pike probably moved out to deeper water where they might not be all that interested in topwater. There's something. Not a pike. Getting no shortage of bass out here today though. Got him right here in the chin. I'll try to pop that out of there. There we go. Oh, all right. He didn't want you guys to see him. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's up the pike. I mean, it was hot and sunny out earlier, so my guess is that they probably, most of them, moved out to deeper water. I'm sure it's warmed up back here in this bay, probably about 10 degrees since I was out here a week ago, so that can change things quite a bit. But hey, the one pike I did catch, the one that counts, and probably the biggest pike I've caught so far this year. Got to see him come up and eat that lure like 10 feet to the side of my kayak. Yeah, that was pretty cool.